Hello everyone, it's Carla from Casey Creates. I wanted to come and share with you my tags for the 52 tag challenge, and we are on week number 14. First though, I want to say hello and I hope you all are well. The weeks are going by quickly, as I'm sure you're all noticing. I'm having a little cup of coffee. I'm on, excuse me, spring break from school, and it's gotten off to such a fast start, and I'm just trying to hold on to every moment. But during a part of the day yesterday, I was able to catch up on my tags, and so I wanted to show you what I came up with. I sat down all cozy, and I thought I would watch Anne's video for number 14. Actually 13, because I hadn't done that one yet, and I pulled out my little scraps and bits and was gonna just craft along with her so that I could make sure I got it right. And then as I was crafting number 13, I realized she had a color scheme, and we weren't locked into using the same color scheme, but I like to do things according to the prompts, so I made one in my color schemes that I had in my head, and I'll share that with you. And then I went back and did another one in the suggested color scheme. So the first one I made is this one, and it was to layer different fabrics and then just stitch, have a relaxing time of sitting and stitching. And so I did that in the blues and then the kind of tea-dyed white, off-white colors. So I started on just my regular cardstock and some cheesecloth, and then this is just some rayon kind of linen maybe fabric, and it's a little shabby. And this is the other side of the cheesecloth, and then I have this really pretty tiny rose print doll fabric that's got tiny little rosebuds. And then I layered a little embroidered piece that was already embroidered and a little polka dot piece. So I just had fun layering all different fabrics that coordinated. So there's the little polka dot seam binding and some blue toile fabric that I like to use. And then I've got some lace and a little strip of satin ribbon. And then I just took a needle and went and stitched, which are not very straight stitches, but I was just stitching for the sake of stitching. So you can kind of see there's a little off-white cream colored embroidery floss and some really thin, now that I have it in the camera, it's more like a icy blue seafoam green color satin ribbon. And then at the top I used a little slice of a doily, and then this little satin ribbon rose came off of the doll dress, and I just stitched that down, and I love how it came out. But then when she said she was hoping we'd work in gold tones, I think she was even calling it layers of gold, I pulled out some gold fabrics and made one in that color scheme. So this is the back of this one. I just stitched it on. I stitched another one on top to cover up my hideous stitches. But this is one of number 13 in the blues and layers of fabric. And I just love fabric so much that it really is hard to kind of keep it so that you can actually see all the layers, because I just wanted to put layers and layers and layers. And then this is the gold one, and I love this one. It ended up being nice and bright and happy, and I've called it a golden haze on the meadow. And then I wrote, close your eyes, feel the breeze, and let the sun warm your face. Because this is a time of year where it can still be kind of chilly outside, but you want to sit outside and just get fresh spring air, and the warm sun on your face can feel so nice. And this is just sort of my take on a warm sunny morning or afternoon or sunset. And so I put some layers and layers. I started with some upholstery fabric. This is pretty covered up though. And then I put another piece of upholstery fabric that's just a square. And then I had some lemon yellow linen that I put here that I kind of frayed. And then I layered another little piece of the lemon fabric there and frayed it. And then I've got this little tiny gold trim on the edge there and here, and I stitched it down. Then I used like this wheat colored gold embroidery floss and stitched around the square. I put a few of my wanting French knots because I can sometimes make a beautiful French knot and then they end up looking like little meatballs. So, it's trial and error for me. And then I had this really pretty golden yellow lace. You can probably see it better on that side. Crocheted lace. And then I had some already little embroidered daisy appliques. So I stitched them on again by just putting in some French knots in the center. They had little white centers, but I wanted to keep that gold hue going, so I put French knots of that color and stitched the lace down with the gold embroidery floss. And then I had a gold safety pin, so I stitched that down. Oh, and then the cheesy cloth kind of fabric is a loose weave gold. It's got little flecks of gold in it here. And I always mention that my lovely friend Evie Foladu gifted this to me in my very first challenge, but what was really funny is her sister Sophia sent a challenge entry with some of the same fabric, and I still use little bits and pieces of it. I don't know if you're watching, ladies, but hello, I hope you're well. Anyway, then under here I have another piece of that same golden yellow embroidery, not embroidery, crocheted trim, but I kind of smothered it with yellow little French knots all over. So this is tag number 14, and this week Anne will be introducing tag number 15 on Friday. So I am officially caught up, but I really have, oh wait, oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I did 2 tag number 13s. I have one more to show you. So these are both from the 13 prompt, and silly me, I have tag number 14, which is a Parisian theme. And what I wrote on this one was, keep looking up, brighter days are coming, and often thoughts will take me to scripture verses. And the reference for this one was Psalm 121, 1 through 2, which is, I will lift mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord who made heaven and earth. And that's the King James Version. But this is the tag, and she wanted us to do layers of fabric with stitching being prominent. Now again, my stitching is less than perfect, but I just wanted the stitches to look kind of rustic because that's the way I make them anyway. And I used a black embroidery floss, and I used some script fabric, and it just said Paris. I decided I didn't want something as obvious as the Eiffel Tower or a very iconic landmark, but I did want to put my little Eiffel Tower charm with the, so I pinned it on with a black bulb pin, and then I just have layers of lace. I'm sorry, let me make sure you can see it. So I have layers of lace, and I started it on a little piece of muslin cotton. You can't really see it anymore. And for this one, she wanted us to add a pocket. So I added a pocket. It's actually a double pocket, and in the pocket you were supposed to put something that represents somewhere you've been. And even though I haven't been to Paris in going on 20 years, well, it's been about 16 years since I went. I went in 2003, and then I got a chance to go back in 2004. But this one is a double pocket. So I have a little lace pocket back here, and then another little pocket with the fabric right here. And I just love the cream and the black. And I just recently got this black trim because I realized I didn't really have narrow black trim, and every now and then it works perfect for little projects like this. And I added a cream vintage style button down in the corner, and then this really pretty narrow crocheted lace trim is on the bottom, and it's on the top, but you can't really see it. I got that from Craft Supplies for You. And then I put a little piece of crocheted doily here. And what I put in my pocket as a reminder of somewhere I've been, and I don't know if this is going to show up very well, I have a whole thing of memorabilia that I recently came across from Paris. And now, of course, when I want it, I can't find it. I was going to put maybe a metro ticket stub in there or something smaller, but what I ended up doing was I cut the picture down to size, and some of you might recognize it as the ceiling at Galeries Lafayette, the big department store in Paris. And I can tell it's from one of my original photos, because you might be able to catch the watermark, the Kodak print paper. Anyway, I was one of those tourists walking around with my 35mm camera around my neck everywhere I went because I was so excited to be able to take photos and walk around. But this is this gorgeous ceiling, and you know, the structures there, like the Opera House and the churches, the cathedrals, Notre Dame, they have the rosettes and the big stained glass windows. And like in our library back home, my son and I, one of our favorite things is to just look up into the ceiling at the coffers and all of the beautiful architecture and glass work. And so this was one of those spots where you just want to put your chin up and look in the ceiling, you know, at all the amazing glass and how the light comes through. And it's reminded me of how we've come through this really tumultuous year, and that if you keep your chin up and just look up, you'll, you know, hopefully be inspired and encouraged that brighter, more beautiful days are coming. I like to stay optimistic like that. And then this was another piece that I was going to use because I wasn't sure this was going to translate very well, but it's just a little hotel card. And I remember snagging this card because my brother's name is Tim, and it's from a little boutique hotel in Montmartre. And I don't even know if that hotel is still there, but it just gives the address of the hotel. But what's cool is has a little map of the area. And this area is where Sacré-Cœur, I think that's how you say it, Sacred Heart, the big white dome church, and Moulin Rouge, and what else? Let me see, I have to turn it around and look at it, if I can recognize any of these. Chateau Rouge, Gare du, again, there's a train station somewhere over there. I haven't really looked at this in a while. But Montmartre is also, if I recall, where there's artists sitting outside doing a lot of painting. It was where I had some really yummy, not ice cream, you know what I'm trying to say, the Italian one. It won't come to me, of course. It's super easy to think of, but of course not when you're trying. Anyway, I really liked making this tag. It was fun. And some weeks I'm a little more motivated to do the tags than others. I'm going to stick the picture of the ceiling in the back pocket because the map picture seems to go along with the script fabric. And now I'm just kind of rambling because I'm enjoying visiting with you. I haven't really made a video in a while, and so I've also got another video. If you're interested, I'm gonna do a little haul. I've been cleaning up some of the areas. I have like moved my things into too many spots around the house, and I need to rein them all back in to this general area where I craft. And going through bags, I'm embarrassed to say there's a lot of things I haven't even opened yet that I've been purchasing over the week, so I thought maybe I'll do a little haul video. And I'm not sure we're going to go anywhere or do anything special during break. We're just going to have some much needed downtime, so during that downtime I hope to make a few more videos and chat and visit with you. So stay safe and well, and when we get the next prompt, I'll get busy on my next tag. But until then, I will see you again soon. Bye for now.